This is the exact cold loom script that made me $30,958.36 in a single month as a growth operator. Now, you've probably heard of the cold loom sort of script method before, but it just doesn't seem to be working for yourself. It's because you're doing it completely wrong, okay? In 1 month, I've been able to make this month as a growth operator, my first month, starting, this new sort of agency model. So I want to show you how I did it and why our method works so well, so you can just go and copy it. Okay, so let me jump straight into it. So as you can see here, this is just some of the looms. I wanted to put them in there so you can see that we're sending, over the looms. And then this is in 7 days of 30 messages. No joke. Okay, I put no joke there because this is no joke. Yeah, Luke, I'm begging. I'm beginning. Sorry. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, please. Sure. Go ahead. Sure thing. Hey, Luke, send it over. Sure. Looks great. Sure, appreciate it. Sure, send it. It sounds good. Let's hear it. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, man, sounds good. Shoot over. Yes. Wow, awesome. I have. Yep. Blah, blah, blah. Right, you can see there's a lot here. Okay, the amount of interest we had from this cold loom is stupid. Like stupid, just because of how well we can inside of the loom. And again, like I said, I'll go over it in a second, but how well we can build up that pain, how well we can hit that pain, and how well we can actually sell on it within the loom without being like, hey, I can do this, send a message and try and book them in on a call. Everyone's super appreciative of this method. It's enabled us to get to where we want to go and, sign clients, book calls, and, really scale this offer to the point where, I'm going to have to start asking some of you guys to take on some of our clients, because we are, like I say down here, and I'll go into this in a second, 2 turned away from us. So we turned them away because, right now we can't take on anymore. And then this led to $24,700, which unfortunately, UK guys know that our Stripe screenshots look awful because the pound is worth, it just comes to a lot less. So $30,000, $31,000 is what we sort of cash collected. And then obviously $40,000 plus is contract. So let me break down how the loom script should go and what you should be doing for 100% conversion. So let me jump into it. So personalized versus evergreen. Now, personalized is where you make the VSL for that person, asking for the VSL for you to send it over. And then evergreen is, filming one and then sending it to everyone. And I'm going to show you the pros and cons on what you should be doing. Now, what I would say to any beginner starting, and now this is even for myself, I'm not a beginner as such, but in our first month of running this, we are technically beginners. And I would always send a cold loom because I want to work with that person. I don't want to work with anyone else. There's no point. I say it a lot, but I mean it for other offers on sending a bunch of outreach. I don't believe that you should send a bunch of outreach if you're doing a growth operating offer. If you're doing short form content, yes, find a way to send 1,000 DMs every single day. With this offer, I send 30 messages a day. I don't want to send more. There's no point sending more because I'm trying to get to the exact person I'm trying to sign, because with growth operating, you see the opportunity. You see the opportunity that you can monetize. So you want to be able to work with that creator. So direct to the prospect, can dig into their exact pain, ability to show the solution, and it has a much higher conversion rate. I'm talking 30 to 40% high conversion rate by just making it personalized. The cons are obviously it takes time because you have to make it per person, but it's 5 to 6 minutes long, so it doesn't really mean that much. And it needs to be quick. So it needs to be in 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. So what I recommend sometimes when I speak to people and they're like, okay, so what do I do? If I'm in school, if I'm in work, what I say is make a evergreen, send it over during the day, at night or in the morning when you have time and they've asked for it, send a personalized, and hopefully you can sign more at that point. Okay, so evergreen, there's only really cons. Only do if you're time constrained, conversion will drop a lot. So this is what I mean. So we sent 3,000 DMs. This is with a Granted, this is with a different offer, but the offer did sell, right? It's a very sellable offer. 3,000 DMs, we got 0 clients. And that's not even a joke. I'm not even joking, right? I wish I was joking. No clients. We had 2 accounts sending 50 outreach a day over 30 days, the whole month, and zero interest even in the offer. Just because of how, but I don't even think anyone watched the VSLs, past a minute. Now with the personalized, we've sent around 700. To be generous, I've put 700, but it's not 700. It's more if we do, is it 600? It's more like 600, I think. No, six. I don't know. 6 clients. So even there, it's like a 10% sign rate, which is no, sorry, 1% sign rate, which is crazy. And then we've had to turn 2 away just because, like, they were ready. They were like, look, can I pay the 5K? So we charged like a 5K build fee. One guy was like, okay, I'll pay the 5K build fee now. Like, don't give me, I need the 5K build fee. Then we can start. And we were like, yeah, we got too many clients. We're good, mate. So let me break down why this loom works so well. So firstly, we have the intro, which is 10 to 20 seconds long. And we want to keep this whole VSL around 5 minutes maximum. Okay. You want to open the account as it shows you have taken the time to go over it. And this is a personal audit, not just an evergreen one. So they're instantly hooked. So I've put like a image here. It's just taken from this. Is why it's so blurry of my own account. I didn't want to do it on anyone else's account. But you just want to open up on their Instagram, be like, hey, thank you for letting me send over this video. You know, so, hey, let's just call this person. Let's call them something simple. Let's just be like, Paul. Hey, Paul, thanks for letting me send over this quick video on how we can restate your guarantee and headlight, on how we can generate UX, how we can do B, Y, Z, or how we can guarantee X, Y, and Z. So hey Paul, thanks for letting me send over this video on how we can guarantee X. I don't want to waste any more of your time, and let me jump straight into it. So that's all you're literally done on this part here, right? Move on. All you want to do, all this part is doing, is thanking them, appreciating their time, and then going straight into, you know, just showing that you're on their Instagram and showing this is actually a personalized VSL instead of you sending over, you know, an evergreen, which, you know, people aren't as inclined to watch, because if you haven't taken the time to give them a full business audit, why would they take the time to watch something you made 2 months ago? It doesn't work like that. Okay. So once you've done that 10 to 20 seconds in, you've already hooked them. They're already ready. Now what we can do is the second hook. This second hook is really, really powerful for you guys to do. So we have a bunch of results here. We also show these results. So this is one of our growth operating clients. Again, we've had to like blur out the stuff because, you know, people are weird in the space. But you've got how much you made before ads, $50,000 this month, 48K. So 48K before launching ads to scale. Potential for my product crazy. I think 3x the numbers, doing over 16 net profit this month, 0 ad spend. That was 8 days into April. I think we're in 8 May now, but like, yeah, absolutely crazy. And then this is we've personally, so we like to do some personal stuff. There's a bunch more results on the actual funnel. I don't want to bring them all over because we'd be, you know, it'd just be a boring, like if I went through every single one, we'd be bored. We've personally scaled a low-ticket info product, $50,000 a month with 1,765 social media followers. So, you know, we know exactly what we're doing. Now, with our results, I will admit it is a little bit of a lower conversion rate than if you do have results. But what I like to say is, because when I say that, it kind of like demotivates a bunch of people. I started with no results, okay? The people that you're watching started with no results. That's if they run a growth operating agency, right? Probably don't. 30-40% lower. So send the Loom video. If you have no results, you're kind of the same as everyone else. They're bored and they click off. Okay, unless you can bring some personality to it, some sort of, you know, charisma to the video that makes them want to watch. And we've seen that with like our biggest clients, is they've wanted to, like they've hopped on, they've been like, yo man, blah blah blah. They're always American. Americans have the craziest energy, so like that, they're the ones that have, you know, the highest conversion rate. So if you're American, bump it up by like 10%, right? If you do have results, it means they will be interested, they will watch further, and they will watch further, and then they will book a call. But they will book a call anyway with this. So what I'd recommend you do is work for free, try and find testimonials. What you can do is like, hey, can I do a free trial for you? And then try and hook a result out of it. So for example, you could help them for 7 days with their email. Say, oh, in these 7 days, how much have you made? I've made 16K. That's a result, okay? Because you've directly correlated to their income. You can now leverage that and move that over, okay? So, and then once you get to the point where you have real clients and all of this, and you can start actually putting real results, that's when your conversion will help a lot and it will go through the roof. So what we like to do is on the page, I'm not going to show you the exact page, but on the page we have like a left side of a bunch of results. We go through like 1 or 2 or 3. We never go more than that because, again, we don't want to waste their time of just going through a bunch of results because it is boring to go through results. No one really cares about it. but we do need to show them. And also it shows that like the results don't really care much to us because we only have to show 2, and there's a bunch more there. So now we've hooked them, it's time to go into the actual funnel system. Now this is where everything happens. This is where the conversion, this is where they decide if they're going to buy, this is where they decide if they like you, this is where they're going to decide if your offer's good, this is where they're going to decide if your service, this is where they're going to decide everything. So this funnel process needs to be absolutely perfect. All it is, though, is just you breaking down your service, right? The more familiar they are, the more likely they're going to come on board with you. So I don't care how you lay it out. It could be down, it could be left, it could be right, it could be upside down, it could be on a sales presentation, it could be on a Google slide, it could be on a Google Doc, it could be on Lucid Charts, it could be on Miro, could be on, I don't care, right? It could be on what? It could be on Paint, Google Paint, or whatever it is, right? I don't care what it's on. Just put your funnel process. Now, how this works, and you'll see if I've ever maybe sent you a VSL or you've seen some of our VSLs, I don't know, right? But it's just breaking down your service. So for example, this could be your service. You firstly account optimize, then you do short form content, then you do a setter place, then you refine the systems, then you book your call, then we partner up. That may be your system, or it may not be. But what you want to do inside of here is break it down even further. So for example, let's say this was account optimization. Let's do some improv. Account optimization. This could be Instagram bio. Let me copy this. All right. Let me make this smaller. Let me make the text smaller. Right. Let me go to like 5. So this could be your bio, right? This then could be your pinned. This could be your messaging, so your offer message. You could also do highlights or sales assets. That could be account optimization. Now we could put in short form content. So what goes into your short form content that makes it that they should sign on? So it could be scripts, right? It could be research, breaking all of this down. So they're like, okay, so cool, I'm going to get completely optimized. That's great. That makes perfect sense. Then I'm going to go into short form content. It's called short form content. It's going to save me 10 hours a week. I'm going to get more views. I'm going to do more X, Y, and Z. I'm then going to place a setter to convert the leads. This will save me, managing, hiring, training my own setter because I don't want to do that. Build scripts. Cool. They've got the conversion. If they've got data, they can then track it. If they can then hire/manage. Perfect. Okay, so now they've saved me time, they've saved me money, I can see their funnel system, everything's working perfectly. Then I can go and refine the systems. You can go even deeper into it, data X, Y, and Z, and book call, then partner up, and you can show results all the way down. But that's what your funnel process should look like. That's all you're doing. All ours is, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do X, Y, Z, and then we're going to get to the point where we make you X amount of money, and then we're going to partner up at the bottom. That's what we do, and that's how that works for us. And we can book the 20 calls, then we can partner up, and then we can do that. Okay. Now, what we want to have to understand is your funnel and their funnel. Okay, I'll put you funnel, but your funnel and their funnel. The more you do this, the more they can see your systems inside of their business and are more happy to move forward with your service. Now, what I do every time I do it, right? I'll open up every single step of their funnel that I am going to do. So for example, let's say this was their funnel. I'd have their Instagram open, I'd have a short open, I'd have maybe a conversion system open, maybe I'd have an offer open. Then I'd go through each one. Hey, this is wrong, 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 this is wrong. Because they've taken a step towards you now, like if you send a message and say, hey, your short form's really bad, I think I can do better, they're not going to listen to you. But if you can clearly show them why it's not as good, clearly show them how you can make it better, then that's a clear pain point that you've built up. So you can clearly say, hey, look, this is awful. This isn't going to work. And they know, because they can see the back end. They know it isn't working. They know they're getting, let's say, 200 views or whatever, right? They know they're not converting. They know they're not making money. And if you'll start breaking down, oh, this landing page is awful, it doesn't take them X, Y, and Z. Oh, this offer is awful, it doesn't guarantee anything. There's no generative ROI. No one would want to sign on to this. Then they're clearly going to see what the constraint is, and they're going to connect your funnel with their funnel until gets closer until their funnel, if I put this forward, is your funnel. which means you have a client. And that's why this system works so well, is because you pretty much kind of like you can show them, okay? When have you ever, this question to yourself, right? When have you ever gone and thought, look, let me go buy a TV, let me go buy a sofa, but not look at it, right? Let me not look at it, right? That makes sense, right? If I just put up a screen, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to look at it. I'm just going to buy it based off of a word description. Hey, this TV's really good. It's 50-inch and it's X, Y, and Z. Let me see. I need to see what it looks like. I need to see X, Y, and Z, because you can't just picture something, right? And if you do picture something, doubt starts to happen, right? Okay, let me explain it this way so you guys can understand, right? If, for example, I said in an hour's time, you have to go speak in front of 1,000 people, you'd start getting nervous. You'd be scared, right? You'd be like, oh, I don't know, what do I say? What do I speak about? What if I get nervous? Blah, blah, blah. If I then showed you a exact video breakdown of how your performance is going to go, right, in the future, how receptive the audience is, all of this, how you're going to not do bad here and here and here because you're going to do well here, here, and here, you're going to feel so much more comfortable because you can see it. You can picture yourself. You can become familiar with how the presentation is going to go instead of just reading the words, instead of just reading the script. That's why actors, if they're learning something, they're not just going to read to learn their script. They're going to act the part. They're going to play the part as they do it, because it's not the words and it's not the explanation that makes you buy or sell into it or remember it or any of this or just picture it. It's what it looks like, your eyes, your vision. What are you seeing that makes them want to buy into it? Okay, so break down every step of your service is what that says there. But yeah, break down every single step. And this is going to be, like, I've spent the most time with it because this is going to be your highest conversion. Okay, now before I jump onto the call to action last part, if you can, drop a comment and DM me on Instagram or send it over to my Discord. DM me on Instagram, probably easier. I'll send you over a Loom recording of what the VSL looks like so you guys can actually go comment it. So for you guys that made it this far, comment anything, send me a DM on Instagram, and obviously I will send it over to you. Okay, just so you know how this works and how you can kind of speak it to existence. Because I'm thinking now, like, yeah, this is great, but you can't think it in, you don't know exactly what you're doing. So comment and I'll send it over your way. And then with the call to action, once they've gone through the funnel system, you've explained everything, it's now time to just call to action. So thank them for watching and reinstate your guarantee/headline. So hey, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video, Paul. Again, that is our system on how we can guarantee you X. If there is a link down below to book a call with myself to find out if this is the right fit for yourself, you can find a time that's best for you. If you have any questions, you can shoot me a message back on whatever platform it was. So Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever it was. Message of the question. And then it's just an extra step. Hey, because normally what happens if they're warm, they just normally have like 1 or 2 questions. They don't want to seem dumb to say on the call. They'll be like, so how does that setup work? Oh, we just place it into your business. We manage, train, SOPs, blah, blah, blah. And then he'll book you calls and we guarantee you 20. Oh, okay, perfect. Let me book a call. It's normally just like one question that they're still a little bit confused on that you can then help them with. So that is the Loom system. That's why we've generated so many messages. That's why we generated $31,000 this month. It's why we, send a bunch of Looms and all of this. And it's why it actually works. So again, like I said, comment down below, subscribe, and send me some proof, and I'll send you over a Loom of how this exactly works. Anyway, subscribe to keep up with growth operating content. You can book a call down below if you found this valuable for yourself and you want the real implementations to scale you to $30,000 a month with your own agency like I have myself. So apart from that, I'll speak to you guys very soon.